Hello dear friends, again a great pleasure to visit Yuri. To have a great news for you, but before of that, I would like to invite you to subscribe to my channel. Almost 60% of our followers didn't subscribe it yet, and I will be very happy if you subscribe it, because I want to create the biggest and the nicest international community of the pigeon sport lovers. So Yuri, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again, Marius.
Yes.
Yeah. It's becoming a habit a couple of times a year,
Yes.
but a
Yes.
good habit.
Good habits.
Good habits, yeah. Good tradition.
I come to Yuri often, first of time because we become good friends, and that's very nice. But more than that, I come to touch some unbelievable pigeons. Some pigeons who make this year, together with Yuri, something very special. Congratulations for winning
Thank you.
Entente Belge.
Yes,
the-
so
General overall championship of Belgium, is correct?
yeah, it's the general championship
Yes.
of Entente Belge.
Entente Belge, yes.
And they are, let's say, together with the KBDB, of course, the biggest organizer of races in Belgium. And they have a specific championship, which is mainly focused on long distance and marathon race. So it's quite difficult to win. And this year we won it. Last year, Hoijmans' team won it. Year before, Tom van Haver won it. So I'm proud that we are as a small fancier between the big guys now winning this championship. And so it's a real honor, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the party where we will be celebrated. My family will be there also, so it will be a nice day for me. Yeah.
For sure. Can you explain a little bit how is this? What is the rules?
In fact, it's, I think in total there are about 14 races, and on long distance races you have to take your first 4, I think, designated birds
Yes.
on the marathon 3. So for example, you need first, second and third designated on Barcelona, first, second, third on Perpignan, on Souillac, on Libourne, and so on. And
The
so
points.
then they add up all the points,
Mhm.
and then the person with the most points wins the championship and is considered general championship, because there are a few middle distance races in, mainly long distance and marathon, but it's a bit an all-round championship. That's why they also call it general championship. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, great, thanks.
Before I start the camera, you told us something again very difficult. For some part of the world, impossible to think about that. That you race 7 races in a row.
Yes, so we already had that idea 2 years ago. I was more like in a normal schedule, like the, let's say, the older pigeon racers, every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Then we already saw in Belgium a few top performers, like Tom van Haver, basketing each week. And then we said, okay, we can never win championships where we live here. We are a specific place in Belgium. If we don't participate in races while the weather is good. And you know that my birds really have to, or they succeed best in hard conditions, being hot weather, headwinds, east wind, and so on. So we said this year, no matter what happens, if it's good weather, northeast wind or east wind, but the weather is good, we participate however we do. So we had a quite good summer this year. It means that we had to participate 7 races in a row. Yeah?
What is the distance of the race? Because this is the interesting thing.
Races are Souillac, for example, 670, Libourne 720, La Souterraine 560, Limoges 600, Tulle 600. So these were all races, let's say, between 600 and 730 kilometers. Yeah. What I also noticed is that, of course, we lost some birds. My own birds, I had some tests in my yearling team. Those tests, after 3 or 4 races, fell out naturally. So these were not my own birds. They fell out naturally. In my own birds, about, let's say, 10% fell off. but the good ones became better and better. It was amazing to see. Mainly my old bird team, like Souillac and Libourne, were at the end. It was the 5th and the 6th race with more than 10 hours. These were the 2 races where I really excelled. So I didn't have the impression that it went like that. I had the impression it went like that. Unfortunately, the last race was a more easy race. I participated because I still had to win some championships. But Souillac and Libourne, I think Souillac was 10 hours and a half race at 1100 meters. Libourne was 720 kilometers, was also more than 11 hours. And yeah, my birds came every 2-3 minutes. It's amazing. So, but
how many birds you sent to Souillac?
I sent to Souillac 21 birds, 21 birds, 21 prize. I clocked 12 birds in top 200 national. Libourne same. So my price percentage.
Close. How is a discussion close?
yeah. But in my yearling team, I don't test my youngsters. I test my youngsters, but I keep them all because I don't know. It's not because they fly a top national race as a youngster. It's a good yearling or no prize as a youngster. I still keep them.
Yeah.
And so in my yearling team, I still had to do some selection. My old bird team was already selected. They had a price percentage of 88%. 88% on the races I wanted to excel. So yeah, it's top. I never had a season like this. But you remember, it was already like that from the start.
Yes.
My first races, even on speed, I started to win speed races this year, which was a bit amazing. The first race of the year was 70 kilometers, headwind and warm. I won it with a bird who won, I think, 13 national Libourne 3 months later. So yeah, from the start they're already doing good, and I was helped. For the first time we raced them 7 races in a row, and then it was a bit a risk we took, but I think thought over risk, but they came better and better. So we had a great season, and I'm so happy.
You raced marathons this year too,
yes.
Including Barcelona, where you have 2 pigeons in 1 second.
Yes, yeah. We basket 2 pigeons, they came together. Other fanciers said, what a stupid guy, he doesn't open his to enter. But of course,
and another race you say before?
Perpignan.
Perpignan.
There I got my first, second and third designated. I raced also a hen on Pau. She won 150 national. Coming release 7 o'clock the day afterward at 10:30. I raced Aachen. I won 50,
difficult, Pau, huh?
Yeah, 50 national, 200 national, 300 national with my first, second and third designated. I raced Valence first time. I won 70 and 75 national. So I started.
What is the distance of this Pau you have?
Pau I have 900
900?
kilometers. Yeah. Perpignan 930. Barcelona 1060. But of course not my younger birds. So my plan was the 3 and the 4-year-old birds to move them more and more to the marathon. And again I will do this. So I have a lot of very promising 2-year-old cocks who went Souillac, Libourne. I will move them now to Aachen, Pau, Barcelona.
But is the same line or you bring something?
No, same line.
Interesting, you see, today we visit Gino too.
Yeah, Gino.
And we say the same idea of the birds who fly all the distances.
Yeah. Marathon.
No, not all of them.
No, a marathon he has a bit another line, I think. But he's also more an all-around player. Of course, don't forget that originally my base is a marathon base. I have my stock breeder Julien is originating from marathon birds and not from speed birds. That's the difference.
But I insist on this because, for example, in the East countries we had a lot of discussion that you have a speed meter 500, 700 kilometers, 800, 1000, all by different categories. But what we discover in the reality, in the mother of the pigeon sport, it's that the same pigeons may perform for maybe 200-300
It's true.
or less to 900.
Yes, of course, let's be clear. If it's a 200 kilometer race with tailwind, 1700 meters, I'm
No
not
chance.
winning first prize.
No
Yeah,
chance.
let's
But
be
you can enjoy. Let's say
Yeah,
you can
but-
enjoy in the how you say, with good results
yes,
all season.
Yes.
And of course, where your birds perform very well.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can be happy for 400
Exactly.
kilometers. And
Yeah. In fact, this season, to be clear, we started in April till mid of May, good weather.
Mhm.
We raced everything, and each week we won first prizes. First, second, third, 70 kilometer, 200 kilometer, 300 kilometer, and so on. From mid-May to beginning of June, it was bad weather. We didn't participate, because then I know with my birds, tailwind, cloudy, rainy, no chance at all to win national here anyway. My birds are less performing then. I have
Mhm.
to be very clear on that.
Now what you do with the birds?
What do you mean?
You say you don't send birds.
No,
you
I
keep
don't
it
send
at
them.
home.
No, I don't keep them at home. I wait till weather is okay and I drive myself then.
Uh-huh.
Because more and more, and in Belgium, males also, females, everybody is agreeing each week basket.
Yeah.
But males more and more also. And I'm not saying from beginning of 3 months in a row each week 700. No, that's not possible. But
That's the man's reaction to the feminism.
let's beat them. But even if we then had in the weekend, for example, bad weather, on Monday we drove them 60, 70 kilometers, and when they came home they saw their hen. Because they have to keep on moving.
Mhm.
On top of the training, of course.
one
Because
more
it's
question
it's
before,
eat, Yeah.
Yeah, one more question before to ask you to show us some pigeons.
Yes.
Well, don't ask you about products. You put a lot of videos with that, and people can follow your channels.
That's a
Yuri
simple.
the Blanc Pigeons.
That's
But
simple.
on these 7 weeks, where you fly so hard, how you feed them?
So I feed them. Important to say is that, and I keep on repeating that, people think they have to feed them before a race. In my opinion, it's not true. Fat, it's a reserve which you build up before the season and during the season, and not just before one race. That's my personal opinion, and I have that experience now a couple of years already. So even in April, when weather is okay and not too heavy, they have already quite a good fatty mixture, which is Halaxy Bayer Sport Light. It's light, but it's not light. I don't know why Bayer's people call that light. It's already containing, I think, 8 or 9% of fat, which is a lot. But they build up reserves. If they have once a bad race preparatory, they come home on reserve. If your pigeons come home already with hunger to come in or on light food and you have a bad race, your whole season is already gone. Or you lose the pigeon, that's even worse. Or they take away the reserves and it's gone for the rest of the season, I promise. That's for sure. So we put them already quite a lot of mixture. Of course, if you give them a lot of fat, they have to train a lot. But then it's more training, more eating, more training, more eating, and you keep on
Right.
repeating. We do that till, let's say, end of May, and then the national race is coming 600-700, and then we add a layer of fat, protein, but only that. And then how further we go in the season, how more fat we go.
Mhm.
With nuts, with candy seeds, we give them 4 times a day also food. Early in the morning, at noon, in the evening, and at night, as we light. So at 10:30 we give them still one feeding. And then when they come home from the race, they don't see any hens anymore. We immediately put them into the rest,
The cocks, you mean?
the cocks, the hens also, immediately separate. While race is going on, after 20 minutes, first 100 national flew in.
Yeah.
Okay, we start already separating. Because they have to rest. and then we put in protein, fat, and then the day afterwards, when they have rest, then we put them together. I don't know if you have that, but if I'm very tired and my wife is next to me, yeah, I also don't feel like. But if I'm very energetic, okay, then.
So you mean that sometimes we want someone take the wives in the next room?
Yeah, if you're very tired, then I also she has to. I say, why now? Wait till tomorrow. So I think with the birds is the same, but that's important when you put them in a schedule like that. And then the protein in the beginning, we used amino forte and protein, but then after 3 or 4 races, we treated them also individually with protein.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 3-4 weeks additional burden you have to do, but so we build up. You understand?
The form, yes, yes.
But then I only protein and then fat again. And on Sunday evening we detox. That you know, eh?
Yes.
Then we took Matador,
yes,
the detox feed, with the more gold of Zest, and then the detox. Then they get rid of all fat again, I think, and you can build up again. Because it's not always that all birds release all fat. If the race was not that heavy, or they come very good, so you want to be sure everything is get out again, you can rebuild again. But it's from the start you have to build up, but that's my personal opinion. Other fanciers start with very light food and so on, but yeah.
I may confirm, but before of that, this is the purpose of this video, to find honest fancier who can share us honest and correct information to learn each other.
Yeah.
Of course, on the season, it depends by the talent of the fancier to fill the birds. It's something you cannot teach nobody.
No.
But it's better to have the most honest source for information.
Yeah.
And now I may tell you, this year I had an experience, not a nice one, but I give barley around 3 months to the hens. They fly very nice.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Except on Saturday or Sunday in the race.
On the month before the season.
But
when the season started.
Yeah.
And I remember what you told me. I said, why I changed the system? We're working very well. I need.
Also, hence Marius, in February, if they train 1 hour and a half each day, you have to feed them. If you don't feed them then enough, and you put like you do, they start the season without any reserve.
It's true.
You had losses also?
Yes.
Of course.
Losses, and I cannot build condition except in 1 or 2 birds.
Yeah.
But the rest was poor condition all the season. Heavy race, boom.
Yeah.
Heavy race, boom.
And then you think, their condition and perhaps it's respiratory. No, it's not that. Reserve tank empty before the season. That's the problem. I also have a good friend of mine, exactly the same problem. He said, but not, it's still 100 kilometers, and then a couple of weeks later, 1 bird gone. Week afterwards, another one gone. And good birds, And then if you have then the unluck, 1 race, it's difficult, then you never catch that again during the season. Your season is gone.
And you never know what's happening on the race.
Maybe
200 kilometers can become 400, 500 in the middle of the season.
Yes, in the middle also.
Not in the beginning of the season.
It's true. Even
also it's more difficult.
Yeah, with the young birds here, we give them breeding feed until mid of June. Okay, and when they arrive on first races, it's frustrating. 10 minutes, but okay, you don't have losses. They can come back with a lot of reserves. Also, when you have birds getting out of reserve, your whole team is impacted. Pigeon racing in a loft is also creating a team. If half of your team is coming always tired, too late, the other they don't train, the health is putting the training down, and so on and so on. So it's team racing also, don't forget that. So the team has to, and then the weakest one, you just remove them. If you see that if they have feed enough and they are tired, yeah, you remove them. The other 19 out of the 20 are okay. You have to keep the team training. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's my opinion.
Thank you.
That's my
See,
personal opinion. Everybody has their
look,
system.
the one who win Entente Belge is the right one.
Oh, it can be luck.
Yeah.
But and also the birds, of course, quality of birds is important.
You know, 20 years ago, or maybe more, when I live in the village, before we moved to the town, we have a club there. Some young people, and with us was a fancier, very old, but he fly for fun.
Yeah, okay.
So professional,
Yeah.
things like that. And once we stayed to a coffee or to a beer, and we discussed, and another guy told about me, he's lucky.
Yeah.
And the old guy say, don't you ask yourself why we are not lucky?
Yeah, it's true.
So you say it's lucky.
Yeah.
It's a little bit lucky, huh?
Yeah,
But
a bit you have to.
the ones who don't have this lucky, I'm sure they don't do enough.
No, it's true. And I think in our case, the only thing which is important for us, which we don't have under control, is the weather.
Yes.
So I need a good summer, and then my results are okay. If it's a bad summer, results are less okay. So we need a good summer.
Can you show us some pigeons?
Yes, that's
Because
why
this
I
is
think
the most funny part of the meeting.
also came.
Yes.
Ladies first, or
Beauty after. So, before you bring the pigeons, I want to say one more time about the very good informations we get about the preparation before season in very few small and simple words.
you can hold it in the meantime for me. It's a hen called Sophie. My wife is called Sophie. So it's a rather smaller hen, but very spicy, like my wife. So I called her Sophie. It's my best racing hen of the past 2 years. So she's now on my breeding loft.
Small thing, but very, very strong one. Very strong.
This is her picture. You see, in 2 years, she has a lot of results. It's a bird always there. Always.
This bit.
Give it to me, please. Yes. So she won.
Very, very strong one. Let's see what.
She won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times 130 national. So she won 29 national, 51 national, 55 national, 109 national, 109 national, 130, 131, 132, and so on and so on. And the eye is super. Yeah. It's a granddaughter of Crack Julian. Yeah. She was always there. This is also a very good racing hen. She was the 11th best bird in middle distance race on 8 races last year. And she's
11 best bird
of Belgium.
Of Belgium.
On 8 middle distance races. Which normally I race long distance, but I kept her on middle distance for championships. And yeah, she won 8 times on 8 races. Top 100 national in the zone.
8 from 8.
Yeah. And in the zone, top 100 national. Yeah. And she's a nest sister of my best racing cock of this year. And she's a half sister of the first national Bergerac. You saw him last time.
Oh.
And so her father is Eagle Eye Julien.
All the pigeons same family. That's.
And Eagle Eye Julien is a half brother of Crack Julien. They're both from Julien, but with the mother's sisters. So not the same mother. Yeah. And this is her brother, nest brother. She's 670 and that's 669.
Oh.
He's a top bird, man. He strong races. So there were 2 races this year with more than 10 hours race. He won 3rd and 10th national on those 2 races. Yeah, great bird, incredible bird. Yeah. I will show him his results. Oh, last year as a yearling, he was not that outstanding yet, but this year, as a 2-year-old bird,
brother and sister.
So he won 3rd national Libourne, 10 hours and a half, 10th national Souillac, 120 national Thule, 207 national, 218, all this year. So he was 7th best bird of Belgium on 2 races, 18th national ace KBDB, and 26th best bird of Belgium on 4 races. And thus the nest brother of the hen. Yeah. And he was on Libourne, 3rd national. I was close, 1st national, but okay. Yeah. 1st national is difficult. I will give it to you. This is a son of Prince Julian. Yeah, and Prince Julian won 2nd international Aachen, and he won the 6th national championship on long distance together with another bird. Those two each week. Yeah. He will be more marathon bird.
Băi frate, asta m-a lăsat.
That's him. Oh, as a yearling, eh? Yeah. It was the 22nd best bird of Belgium on long distance. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, great bird. Yeah.
I know it.
So this is also one of my best old birds. He won 6 times top 75 national. And also on difficult races. I'll show him on the screen.
You choose it to be like that. Next one will be better, next one will be better, next one will be better, huh?
Yeah. To be honest,
very soft.
I have I don't exaggerate, I think 25 birds like that. Now, on my racing team. Yeah. So look at his palmarès. Not bad, eh? Yeah. He's a son of a brother of Star Julian. So Star Julian won 1st national Libourne, his brother, and he's a son out of the brother. Yeah.
Toți sunt dintr-un mascul din Julien. Toți sunt dintr-un mascul din Julien, de la Eric Vermander. Cum e la mai Milan Florin? Oh, shit. Sorin asked, what is the base of Julien or Vermander?
Noël Lippens. There is a bit Van den Abele, Noël Lippens, and then also Erik in it. Yeah.
In it.
Yeah, because Erik Vermander and Noël Lippens bred together a lot. So the mother of Julien was a marathon, was a daughter of a, I think, 3rd ace marathon. Yeah. In Belgium, pigeons that race more than 6 times top 100 national are already top. He do 7 times top 75 national. Yeah. Not a lot of birds do that. So this is a yearling also, together with the other yearling. They won 6th national championship, long distance KBDB. He won 4th national, 60 national, 90 national. I have to look a bit. So 4th national, 63 national, 90 national, 27 out of 4,000, 39 out of 10,000, 66 out of 1,300. A very good bird. So winning the championship. He's a grandson of Crack Julian, so a son of Crack Julian. His father never raced, was one of the birds out of Crack Julian with an exact copy of Crack Julian. So I call him copy Crack Julian, and I never raced him, and I paired him together with the hen of Yellow Rosiers, where we exchanged, and yeah, He's called Jean-Paul, GP. And you will see why it's a special bird. He's very, yeah. I moved them from the yearling loft to the old bird loft. I thought, okay, they will fight and there was one box free at the top left. After half an hour, he took the box, took the hen in that box, and everything solved. No old bird entered anymore. Yearling, very character bird. You see it also. Only one very annoying habit. When he comes home, he's waiting 1.5 minutes on the roof before entering. So instead of winning 2nd national, he won 4th national in that way. Yeah. But okay, it's still 4th national.
That was the bird of this podcast. I hope you like it, and I'm really interested about. We are really interested about your opinion in the comments.
Me too.
But I'm sorry you cannot be here to feel it. I hope the channel will be able to send the power of the bird. Unbelievable bird. Maybe sounds a little bit strange because it's too much good words about this loft, but trust me, it's impressive.
Thanks.
In the back of the camera, it's my friend Doro, and we visit
Again.
together. Yes, we visit together. Yuri first time here.
Yes.
And on the way here to Brussels, was I think 4 years ago, something like that.
Yeah.
Doro say, go, I kill all my birds at home and I buy 2 birds from this guy. He was very impressed 4 years ago,
yeah.
and now look at his face.
Yeah.
Seems that he's impressed again. Yes, and what I would like to say is not many lofts where you found such a family really built on the one top breeder. It's not many lofts.
That was the goal. You remember we said we want to race well, but with the family. Not Of course, we have to bring in new birds also. And race too heavy inbred is also not good. Yeah, but indeed, yeah.
Okay, Yuri, thank you.
Thank you very much for.
We will photos from the prize.
Yeah, for sure. My kids will film when they see their daddy on the stage. So yeah, it will be a nice day. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
And good luck for all.
Yes, thank you. Good luck for you as well, and good luck for all the people watching. And thanks for watching. Yo, bye bye.